I actually wanted to maybe start with Ukraine because it feels like you have such a nuanced perspective of that war. I know you've been there. I know you believe fights against communism are just, but you also disagree when people want to throw our kids into wars that maybe they don't understand or aren't doing the right way. So I've seen a lot of your different tweets, pictures of you and your son. Let's jump into it. How do you unpack your feelings about what we're doing in Ukraine right now?
Yeah, yeah, as much as I hate communism, I hate war as much, and I don't think these things are mutually exclusive, and I think some people, when you're looking at especially social media, which is a really difficult place to have nuanced conversation, forget that these are very complex topics. Can I, as a father, want to keep my son out of war, all the while want to fight against communism? Absolutely, right? And there's degrees about how to have these conversations. I've worked in Ukraine as part of Save Our Allies, a humanitarian organization that was going to the front lines to deliver humanitarian aid. We evacuated an incredible journalist, Benji Hall. His book Stave just came out, and everyone in his car died but him, and we were able to get him from Ukraine into Poland, flying from Poland to Germany, where he got emergency medical care that saved his life. So I have seen firsthand what communism does to a country. I have seen it rot with corruption. And so, of course, I hate that. But having worked in Ukraine and seen also the waste, the fraud, and the us inching closer and closer to World War III, can we, sit and debate? Can we find resolutions outside of war? Can we hold a firm line of saying, no, these were sovereign state lines. It was illegal that you came into this country. This is not your land. This is Ukrainian land. And figure out ways that does not involve World War III with China, Iran, Syria, and Russia. And having coming out of 20 years at war, I don't want to go back to war, and I surely don't want my children to have to fight in another one.
You said you went to the front line and saw mass graves and stuff, and I still have a hard time understanding that it's like really close to us over here. You got a hot war where we seem to be repeating all of the lessons we didn't learn in the end of World War II. I mean, what was it like there?
I mean, it's the worst that humans can do to each other, and what perfected our ability to kill each other. It is void of any form of humanity. I was at a battalion of Ukrainian soldiers, of infantrymen at the front lines. There was this tiny cellar, not even a cellar. It's like a well of canned goods that was all the food that they had for an entire battalion. They were rotating guys from the front lines back to Kyiv to get medical care, to then be shipped back to the front lines. You had baristas and mechanics that were stepping over trenches as if it was World War I in trench warfare. Trench warfare is uniquely horrible, and that's what they're doing in a lot of those front lines right now. It's heartbreaking to see us. I say us, the human race, doing this to each other over land. But it's also inspiring to see the leaders and the courage of some of these Ukrainian soldiers that are fighting to protect their family and their homeland. Again, another really nuanced thing. A lot of, as kind of a libertarian constitutionalist in the United States, me just saying anything nice about anyone in Ukraine, people are like, oh, he's a neocon. No, he's pro-war. This guy is like, no, that's not what I'm saying. And even in war, there are beautiful moments of humanity and courage. And I saw that on display of men and women protecting their homeland and fighting fiercely to protect what they view as to be their rightful sovereign country.
Yeah, it's been impressive the way they defended it. And I know they've been funded and supported, but it's still, it's been surprising for everybody. What do you make of some of the atrocities committed by the Russian side? Do you chalk some of that up to like really green, really young soldiers, not well trained, a propaganda war? Or is that just what happens in war, where just the worst comes out in people?
No, I mean, America wants to fight this big maneuver war, the war of World War II, right? The war of tanks and battleships and, large brigades and battalions in movement. Unfortunately, that's not the war that we're ever going to fight again. The war that we're going to fight moving forward is, again, it's a proxy war. It's a war against corporations. It's a war against ideas and propaganda. It's information. It's war of evil and genocide and name calling and blames and that's what we see in Eastern Ukraine right now. You see genocide, and effectively, if they can't own the land, they can erase the ideas, and you erase the ideas by killing the people. So you see, these Russian schools that are opening up in Eastern Ukraine that are teaching that Ukraine doesn't even exist. They're already teaching this next generation of they're on sovereign Ukrainian land, but their Russian school is being taught by Russians that Ukraine doesn't even exist. And that's the battle of these ideas. And that's the mass graves. There's lots of them. They've already confirmed multiple war crimes all throughout Ukraine, of them killing entire villages, of them destroying garages and burying people underneath it. It's just absolutely horrible.
So Jim Rickards has just recorded a video that's not available to anyone in the public, and he's going to be talking about how this upcoming recession is going to be fast, it's going to be bloody, it's going to be nasty. But at the same time, he's going to show you how you can position yourself to profit from all of this chaos. Now, we've made this video only available to our viewers. Go to londonreal.tv/Jim. Watch that immediately. I can't say enough good things about Jim Rickards. He understands the global economic system better than any guest I've ever had on London Real. His predictions are almost uncannily true, and you can learn how to profit from his vision, from his expertise, and his understanding of economics. So go to londonreal.tv/Jim or click the link below. It's an excellent, excellent look on what's going to happen in the future and how you can position yourself to profit from that. Jim is one of the best in the business, one of my favorite guests on London Real, and he's very, very good at predicting the future and showing us all to profit from it. So click the link, and I hope you enjoy. Hey, it's Brian Rose, founder of the DeFi Academy. I've told you my 4-week crypto bootcamp is amazing, but don't take my word for it. This is what my students are saying.
The DeFi Academy was an amazing experience for me. It took me totally out of my comfort zone.
In this course, I was challenged, I was held accountable, and pushed to do things that honestly weren't always easy.
It's been phenomenal, and I can't believe we're already up on our 4 weeks. It has flown by.
Going through this DeFi accelerator by far was one of the best courses I've taken.
You do this course, you really get into the nitty-gritty of the activities that will make you comfortable with decentralized finance.
Thank you so much to Brian and everyone at London Real and the DeFi Academy for even putting together an amazing course like this.
Anybody else that wants to do it, please sign up. It is well worth the money.